Once upon a time, LG was the company pushing boundaries in smartphones, curved screens, modular phones, even some of the earliest dual camera setups. LG was ahead of its time. And yet, despite all that innovation, LG completely quit the smartphone business in 2021. So, how does a company go from being one of the boldest phone makers in the world to disappearing from the market entirely? This is the story of the rise and fall of LG smartphone. LG entered the mobile phone market way back in the early 2000s, competing with giants like Nokia and Motorola, but it wasn't until the smartphone era that they really started making waves. In 2009, LG released the LG GW620, their first Android phone. It wasn't perfect, but it marked the start of their Android journey. Then came the LG Optimus series. These phones gained traction thanks to solid specs, flashy marketing, and competitive pricing. By 2013, LG was the third largest smartphone maker in the world, behind only Samsung and Apple, and that wasn't by accident. LG was doing things differently. I remember the LG G2 in 2013. It shocked the industry. LG put the volume and power buttons on the back of the phone. Weird at first, but actually really comfortable. It had tiny bezels before tiny bezels were cool. Then came the LG G3, one of the first mainstream phones with a quad HD display. The screen looked unbelievable for its time, but LG didn't stop there. They gave us the LG G Flex, one of the first phones with a curved, flexible display. The LG V10 and V20, with a secondary screen at the top for notifications and shortcuts. The LG G5, a modular phone where you could swap in accessories. LG was always experimenting, and for tech enthusiasts, that made them exciting. They weren't afraid to try crazy ideas. But here's the problem. Innovation doesn't always equal sales. The LG G5, for example, was hyped as the future of modular phone, but the execution was clunky, the modules were limited, and consumers just didn't care. Then there was the software problem. While Samsung and Apple focused on smooth, polished experiences, LG phones were notorious for slow updates, bloated software, and inconsistent performance. Marketing was another issue. LG just didn't have the same brand power as Apple or Samsung. People didn't line up for LG launches. Their phones often felt overshadowed no matter how unique they were. As the years went on, LG sales kept dropping. By the late 2010s, their global market share was shrinking fast. Meanwhile, Chinese brands like Huawei, Xiaomi, and OnePlus were rising, offering flagship-level specs at cheaper prices. Finally, in April 2021, LG announced they were exiting the smartphone market entirely. After 23 consecutive quarters of losses, the company decided it was no longer worth it. It was the end of an era.
Okay.
But here's the thing, even though LG is gone from smartphones, their legacy lives on. Many features we take for granted today were pioneered or popularized by LG. Wide-angle cameras, LG was one of the first. Quad HD displays, LG pushed that hard. Experimentation with foldable and rollable displays, LG was years ahead. LG may not have won the smartphone war, but they shaped it in ways most people don't even realize. So the next time you snap a photo with your ultra-wide camera or admire your bezel-less screen, remember LG was doing it first. What was your favorite LG phone of all time? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit like and subscribe for more.